Namaskar, dear Sadhak. Sit quietly for a moment. Let the noise of the world recede. Imagine a valley high in the Kashmir, where the morning sun falls upon the waters of Dal Lake, where silence speaks louder than any word. Here in this land, the sages of the Trika Śiva tradition declared something both audacious and simple: liberation. The mokṣa is nothing but svatantrātma, your being becoming absolutely independent, not escape, not void, not heaven, not death, only absolute independence. Now I want to walk you through this vision of mokṣa in Kashmir Shaivism, and we'll do it like a story, one insight at a time, almost like opening a series of nested boxes until we find what is hidden at the innermost center. The masters of Trika Shaivism tell us liberation begins with perception, with how you see. When you perceive reality, Śiva himself, the perception must not remain half-lit, it must become full, utterly complete. Many other schools have often mistaken partial perception for final truth. Some stop at a void, some at freedom from desire, some at the silence of mind. Each of these brings relief to one of you, no doubt, and gives its own kind of peace to you. I understand that, but the Śiva insists, unless perception is total, unless it includes everything, you are not free. Fullness that excludes is not real fullness. Only when your perception is undivided, undifferentiated, when it embraces all worlds, all states, all appearances, only then does it ripen into true mokṣa. Here lies the generosity of the Trika Śiva masters. They never dismissed the seekers of the other paths, but they always gave insights to improve their thought of liberation, or rather, they explained what each of them truly attained. The Yogacara speaks of liberation as freedom from afflictions, no anger, no desire, no attachment. The Madhyamik whispers of a void, pure emptiness where nothing remains. The Samkhya and the Yogin of Patanjali say that the freedom comes when the self is no longer caught in action, no longer bound by the sense of I am the door. Indeed, each of these dissolves one bondage. Some cut the knot of desire, some the well of substance, some the knot of agency. Each bird in its own way flutters more freely. But the sages of Kashmir reminds us, though a bird may escape one tether, if another thread remains, it cannot soar into the open sky unless all bonds, gross, subtle and supremely subtle, are dissolved. It is not complete liberation. Consider it this way. A man is freed from the weight of karma-mal, but still he is wrapped in the spell of maya-mal, seeing multiplicity as different. Or he pierces maya, but deep inside the knot of limitedness, the sense of I am only this remains untouched. So though he feels light, another bondage rises upon the path. He is freed but not truly free. Our Trika masters say with firm compassion that true liberation is only when no bondage at all remains, neither coarse nor subtle, neither outside nor inside. Only the one who is free from every limitation, from all directions, deserves to be called liberated. Now what then is this final freedom? It is the perception of reality without obstruction. to perceive Shiva in every direction, in every form, in every movement of thought and every flicker of the world without division, without limitation. Such perception is never ignorance, never illusion. It is the recognition of reality as it is. And this recognition alone is the giver of true liberation. You must wanna know how is this lived. My guru Swamiji used to describe the yogi's path of absorption from the Trika's universal viewpoint. First, there is Nimilana Samadhi, meaning eyes closed, internal absorption in the bliss of Shiva. Then comes Unmilana Samadhi, meaning eyes open, experiencing the external world but suffused with the same Shiva consciousness. The yogi's experience flows automatically between the inner and outer. Bliss inside, bliss outside. Bliss inside, bliss outside. This is called successive absorption, or in the scriptural phrase, it's called krama-mudrā. We may discuss this krama-mudrā later if you want, which is not any kind of yogic practice or gesture at all. So write in comments. Now, with each oscillation, the boundary between inside and outside melts. The I consciousness dilutes into thisness, and thisness dilutes back into I consciousness. The yogi realizes that there is no difference between self and the world. Only Parabhairav, all there is. Now this fusion flowers into jagadānanda, meaning universal bliss. Upon this, Mahamaheshwaracharya Abhinavagupta quotes his master Shambhunath. It is the state that is unencumbered, where bliss shines, strengthened by the supreme I consciousness, where the 6 limbs of yoga, bhavana, dharana, dhyana, pratyahar, yoga, samadhi, are no longer required. The yogi who attains jagadānanda is said to be Jivan Mukt, liberated while living. Now to explain this trick of Shiva, Mahamaheshwaracharya Abhinavagupta takes us deeper, almost playfully. Shiva, he says, he shows us the world of differentiation as if it were separate, while he himself is the undivided reality. Shiva himself is the magician. He has placed this trick before us. Though we are undifferentiated, it seems we are many. But remember, this does not mean the world is false or unreal or neti-neti, as Advaita Vedanta would have it. Nor does it mean that freedom is isolation, as Samkhya proposes. For the Trika Shaiva yogi, the world is real because it is Shiva's play, because Shiva is real, because it is his play. The trick of Shiva lies only in mistaking diversity as separate from the one. The Prabuddha yogi, meaning the liberated yogi, recognizes through this trick, not by denying the world, but by recognizing it as Shiva himself. And that brutal independence of perception is true liberation while being alive. So, what is real moksha in Kashmir Shaivism? It is not voidness. It is not escape from the world. It is not only freedom from desire or from action. It is only absolute freedom. It is only absolute independence. Svatantrātma, the state where inner and outer are one, where no threefold mala binds you, where universal consciousness shines through all things. It is the recognition that the magician, the trick, and the audience are all one. Shiva playing himself with himself as yourself. This is why Shiva is supreme magician. He takes a single mirror and makes it appear as 10,000, each reflecting one another endlessly. He takes one flame and scatters it into sparks that seem separate, yet born with the undivided fire. He weaves a dream so convincing that even the dreamer forgets he is asleep. But here lies the subtlety. Unlike the philosophers who call the dream unreal, the Śiva does not deny it. The stage, the actors, the play, the audience, none of it is false. It is all real because it is all Śiva. The trick is not to make something out of nothing, but to make the one appear as many, and then to watch if you can remember that it is still one. The liberated yogi perceives the world as a theatre in which he is at once performer, audience, and the director. The costume change, the dialogues shift, birth and death enter and exit. But behind the curtain, it is always the same actor. Moksha then is nothing but catching Śiva in the act. To realize that the trick, the magician, and the wonder it inspires are all your own play. And when you laugh at the trick without trying to escape it, when you see the mirrors as mirrors and still delight in their reflections, that laughter is freedom. That laughter is Śiva. So, my friends, let me conclude this here. Liberation in Kashmir Shaivism is not about going elsewhere, nor about erasing the world, nor even about freezing the mind. It is about recognizing your own nature as independent awareness, absolute svatantrātma. When you see a tree and it shines with the same consciousness as your own heart, when you hear the sound of traffic and it vibrates as the throb of spanda, when you open your eyes and it is Śiva, when you close your eyes and it is Śiva, then you're free. Moksha is not an end, it is a recognition. It is already here. As Swamiji said again and again, moksha is nothing else at all. Expect svatantrātma. This is the story of liberation, the way it is whispered in the valleys of Kashmir, the way Mahamaheshwaracharya Abhinavagupta sang it, the way Swamiji taught it, the way Śiva is playing it right now through your very own eyes. Oh my dear friend, if liberation is Śiva's great trick, then this little video is just a shadow puppet in his theatre. I have only pulled one thread of his vast tapestry. There are still galaxies of knots left to untie. Now if you have wandered with me this far, don't just vanish back into samsara like a ninja slipping into the night. Leave a trace. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me if you think moksha is like breaking out of prison, or like perceiving you were the jailer all along. Of course, if you want more of these Śiva riddles dressed in the story and laughter, hit that subscribe button. Think of it as adding another bell to Nataraja's anklet. More rhythm, more resonance, more fun when Śiva starts to dance again. For those who crave the deeper corridors where the echoes of tantras and commentaries still whisper, step into the cave at karpuragauram.xyz. Consider it not a website but a hidden lair, sometimes quiet, sometimes wild, always waiting. Till then, remember, even your scrolling finger is Shiva's mudra, and even this little subscribe button is part of his cosmic prank. Click wisely. Om Namah Shivaya.